Okay, so welcome. So I just want to take a quick moment to sort of recap what we've talked about and then put this next section into a little bit more context. So, what we've done so far is look at elasticity, and we've been primarily looking at revenue optimization. So, revenue optimization, remember, revenue is price times quantity, right? So we see elasticity sort of helps us to determine which effect is going to dominate, the price or the quantity effect. Remember, these are working in opposite directions with a normal downward sloping demand curve. And so elasticity helps us to make pricing decisions when we're trying to maximize revenues. But, but, okay, so there's other objectives that can be also sometimes maybe even more important for a firm to consider, such as profits. Okay, now, revenues are just part of the profit equation. Profits are total revenues minus total costs. So, we also have profit, and we haven't even, when we just think about revenues, we're just on the demand side of the market. We're not considering actually the cost of delivering. And that's where chapter 5 is going to start to deviate from what we've learned so far. And it's going to expand our mind into thinking about other types of optimality conditions or other types of targets that firms are going to want to maybe achieve. And so you've got revenues, you've got profits they might target. There's also, if you're just going sheer market share, that's also that is something that firms often target, especially when you have high growth markets, and they just want to get market share, get consumer loyalty, and then eventually start to milk that loyalty out for something. There's all kinds of different strategies in pricing, and I really like this book because it gives you a full gambit of a lot of the different types of strategies, and also talks about some real world types of applications to each of these strategies that's far beyond just a regular run of the mill textbook. So I hope you enjoy that. Um, the so another thing is, and I think this is beyond the scope. So there's quite a bit of technical sort of consideration beyond the scope of what I want for this class in chapter 5. So I've given you another video to help you sort of just skim through the stuff that I don't really care for you to focus on. If you have sort of some technical, some prowess, you can also think of objectives where you have multiple objectives. And I think that's the nice thing about chapter 5 is that there's actually a mathematical framework to think about optimizing multiple objective functions, and that's kind of interesting too. So, but that's actually very kind of advanced, I'd say, kind of methodologies. And then right now, all I really care about is that we really know, one, revenue optimization, and that we have kind of our feet kind of wet in and profit maximization, and then knowing some of those conditions. So there are some key conditions in profit maximization. There's another video about reading chapter 5, and you're going to need to have watched that video in order to successfully really complete the test and the exam that's due this weekend. Okay, so make sure that video is going to help guide you and direct you about some of the key equations and things that I'm going to expect for you to know. And so please do watch that. And I wish you the best. You can reach out to me if you need me. And that's our introduction. So there we go.